going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have got the best training FM26 schedules you could actually get. Now, I will be honest, I'm sorry it's taken me a little bit longer, but I was not happy with my first set that I made, and I went back to the lab, crafted, and improved. And this week, today, we have got 6 different examples of match weeks you might encounter, which you can copy from today's video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Whack the sub bell on. I told you I'd deliver. I've delivered. So there's a lot of questions. Josh, how do I even load... How do I load it? How do I even get there? And I must admit, the UI is quite hard to operate. So I'm going to help you and probably tell you something which you might never have seen before. So to actually change your training, which a lot of people are struggling with, it's quite difficult. You have to click this button here. Then you have to click Create New Schedule, which is a little bit misleading. But then essentially, this is where you're going to see all of my schedules come in. Now, you can make your own in this screen too. You could also use a lot of their pointless presets that are absolutely diabolical. But today we're going to go through 6 different game week examples that you're going to have in your saves. Now, again, if you are interested in getting all of these Patreon perks, that will include all of these training schedules in one simple downloadable folder. Set pieces, all my tactics, rebuild files, access to big monthly giveaways, tactical help. We now do these things called ultimate save files, which is basically where a team has a pre-made game save file with 3 realistic manager tactics, an accurate transfer shortlist, set pieces, and now training. So very simple to plug and play. Make sure you go and check out the Patreon, guys. We've just hit 7,000 members, and there is still just about, to check, there is 25% off this month. So make sure you go and get involved, because that place is absolutely mental. Now, we are going to go over today pre-season. We've got 1 game weeks, 2 game weeks. We've got it all covered. So essentially, if you don't want to go over to the Patreon, that's completely cool. I'm not going to force you. That's why I'm taking the time today to talk through every single game week. And of course, you can screenshot it as we go through, or you can simply listen to me talk and you can copy it click for click. So starting off with the JD training pre-season. Obviously for pre-season. On the Monday, we have gone for endurance, recovery, and tactical. The Tuesday, we have gone for set-piece routines. I cannot stress this enough, especially if you're a Patreon member. Make sure you get my set pieces and these together, which you do in one, obviously, subscription-based model, because they go hand in hand so well. I score 10 to 15 goals per season with my set pieces, and practicing them is absolutely essential, so make sure you do it. Overall, recovery is going to fill up the rest of Tuesday. On to Wednesday, we've gone with a bit of an endurance route, outfield, and play from the back. Now, again, if you're not a team that plays from the back, this is pretty much useless, and you can do, to be honest, something like ball retention, because that's important with any team. You want to retain the ball, but if you are trying to play out from the back, which I do with the majority of my meta tactics anyway, play from the back is absolutely essential to get a little bit of, practice in that area. Thursday, we are going to hit up some recovery, then attacking, and also recovery. When I say attacking, by the way, that does come under the general tab. All the ones in the blue are general, to make that very, very clear. Friday, we start off with quickness, then we go to recovery, then we go to rest. So a bit of recovery, then some rest right before the big day on Saturday. Now, you'll see when we go into the actual game weeks, what I do before the match is actually very different. But in the pre-season, it's pre-season. It's not the end of the world if we lose. We're here to learn. We're here to train the players and get them up to their fully fit selves so they can really go on fresh into that season. So rest is absolutely essential. The last thing you want is an injury in pre-season. I've been there. You've probably been there. It's an absolute nightmare. We are then going to obviously play the game on a Saturday, Sunday recovery, match review, and then community outreach that is found on the extracurricular tab. Now, if your game's different from a Saturday, as long as you stick to the game before or the day before and the day after, you will be completely fine. If it does run, for example, on a Sunday, before that, just ensure you've got the match review, recovery, and a little bit of quickness in there. So a little less rest, a little bit more going on. But to be honest with you, this is a really well-balanced way of approaching the pre-season without overcooking your players. That's schedule 1. Now, if you've just got 1 game on a Friday, luxury if you're only playing 1 game in a week, we are going to go over it right now. So on the Monday, we have gone with overall. Again, this green sort of color is going to be selected in the general. And this is going to be overall attacking recovery. So we're getting a nice mixture in here, okay? We're overall training as a squad. We're then focusing on attacking and then recovery. Very, very important. And as you can see, probably the least amount of training that goes into it is the goalkeeper. You can see there on Tuesday it takes takes a hit. Everywhere else is really well balanced, so very, very good to see. Tuesday, we are going to go with outfield, then defending, and then recovery. Wednesday, tactical, possession, recovery. Possession is absolutely vital if you wanted to play that keep ball system, and to be honest, I'd actually argue this is even very, very handy to have. Even if you're not playing like a Pep Guardiola style, it's always good to practice keeping the ball as a team. Thursday, before the game, I cannot stress, this is the bit that I struggled on, and without this double up, I can tell you something, the results are noticeable. Before every game, I would recommend match tactics, match practice, and then recovery or rest. That one's optional, recovery or rest. Right before that match, practice the tactics, practice the game, really get into it, then on the Sunday, recover, review the match, and then a little bit of team bonding, and then of course, or on the Saturday that is, sorry, on the Sunday, overall, defending, then rest. It's bed-by time. Now, I cannot stress the importance on Thursday of getting as prepared for the game as humanly possible. I have ran several tests of not doing this and doing this, and I don't know if it's just coincidence. It feels a little bit too good to be true just to be coincidence. Having these on helped out massively, and honestly, if you're not doing it, you're missing out. Now for a Sunday game, and as you can see, the Saturday is going to look quite similar, but before we get there, the Monday is going to be overall attacking and then recovery. You'll see once again, apart from the Thursday where there's a little bit of imbalance because that is the one occasion where I focus on the goalkeeper a little bit more, they are super balanced. Everybody's getting a look in, and as we approach Tuesday, we are going to go physical, defending, and then recovery. On to the Wednesday, overall outfield, and then some more recovery. A lot of recovery coming in to obviously recover the players, funny enough. Thursday, defending, goalkeeping, and then recovery. That day, a bit more sort of emphasis is obviously applied to the back line and the goalkeeper. Friday, tactical, little bit of team bonding. You can also choose to do community outreach with recovery being selected. And Saturday is the golden ticket, boy. It's the golden ticket. The match tickets and tactics, I'm saying all words, match tactics and match practice, and then we rest before the big game on Sunday. Now, I will say it just one last time because otherwise you're going to get annoyed. Please, before your games, have match tactics, have match practice. You'll be the most prepared you have ever been in your life for a game. It's absolutely essential, and obviously that is going to cover all of the one game weeks you're going to run into. Now let's go over to what happens when you start to play a couple of games in a week, because that's where things get a little bit tricky, to be honest. And again, it's where I had to really sit back and think, what works, what doesn't work? Can we still have our, pre-game ritual of match tactics and match practice? Well, we'll find out now. So, Thursday and Sunday, when you've got 2 games in a week, it's never nice, and it's always injury season, isn't it? Well, Monday, we are going to go very basic. Attacking, defending, and recovery. A bit of attacking, a bit of defending. The whole shebang, really. Tuesday, tactical, overall, and then a little bit of recovery. With Wednesday, before the Thursday, we go back to basics of match tactics, match practice, and then recovery right before the game. After the game, recovery is essential, but also the match preview is, and then some rest. So what we've done here is a perfect balance, because the only time we can't really do another match practice is this other game here, which is okay, because at the end of the day, doing 2 lots of match practice was a little bit too intense, in my opinion. So on this Saturday, we have overall, so we're still training as an overall team, covering all areas. We still research the tactics, then we recover, then we go into Sunday. And if you're saying, Josh, you could have just obviously done, the match tactics and match practice in these 2 slots here, you could have done, but then you'll get a no recovery before the game on Sunday, and you might go in with a bit of a tired squad. So keeping it like this, we still stick to a lot of the same key principles, but when the games come that close together, especially on a Thursday and Sunday, it's actually vital to get a little bit of recovery and rest in, because injuries in this game, like they have been for the past God knows how many FMs, they're nuts. They're crazy. Now, Tuesday and Saturday, of course, right at the start of the week, right at the end of the week. Can we do anything different? Well, similar, to be honest with you. So, Monday, match tactics, match practice, and recovery, right into that expected sort of pattern, right? The game happens on Tuesday, we then instantly recover, review the match as a team, and then we recover as a team. So, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, super simple. That will take care of itself because of what we've selected. They'll be completely fine. On to Thursday, possession, overall, attacking. Again, a nice mixture of the roles there. Goalkeeper, defense, and attack all getting the same love. Friday, defending, match tactics, and recovery. Now, I like to get defending in there compared to another match practice because we do have a lot of effort put into the attacking side. Therefore, I want the defense to also get the same treatment. And we've still got time to research the match tactics and then also recover. Before the game on Saturday, which then of course is rest, match, rest, into the Sunday, recovery, match review, and another opportunity to work on the set-piece routines. Now, you don't need to dedicate loads of slots to set-piece routines. And truth be told, you would still obviously do fine without this in the calendar, but it does help get used to them a lot quicker, and it does improve your players at doing them. So I would keep them in. If you don't want to have them in for whatever reason, I mean, to be honest, I'm not even going to suggest anything else because this is what I've done, and I know it works. So I don't want to say something might work and it doesn't. This will work. Then a Wednesday and a Saturday, so again midweek, and then of course a game on Saturday. Yeah, it's pretty simple. So Monday, outfield, attacking and defending. Tuesday, defending, match tactics, match practice, right before that game on Wednesday. Now, if you are noticing your players getting quite tired in this sort of schedule, what I would simply do is scrap defending, have match tactics, practice, and then recovery or rest. But you'll notice if we can get past that game on Wednesday, which we still be completely fine because they have a rest before the game, on Thursday, it's double recovery with the match review in the middle. On Friday, tactics, practice, recovery, rest, match, rest, recovery, match review, and team bonding. So the start to the week is a little bit busy. Sounds like I'm describing my life now, but the start of the week's all very hectic up until the Wednesday with limited rest in there. But when we get past that game, the rest of the week balances them out. So it's a really good way of covering every single game scenario. Like I said right now, if I have missed one, let me know and I'll make an updated video of this. If I forgot any weeks, let me know in the comments. I'll make another video on it. But these are the ones that I commonly run into. Friday game pre-season, Sunday games, Thursday, Sun, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday as well. You load these in simply by going custom and then load. So you want to download these from the Patreon, drag them files into your documents, Sports Interactive, Football Manager 26, right click create new, schedules, all lowercase, drag them into there, and then you will find them simply on load. And what you do is you go into a week on that calendar, and then what you simply do, I'll show you right now actually. Let's go and cover it. So if we go back by one now, we go to, let me click on this one right now. So let's say you want to change this one. You click on this, you then go to create new schedule, and you would find the one that you want by going to custom, go into pre-season as a example, and hit save schedule, and it will load right in. I have heard rumors that after you do that, sometimes it doesn't apply right away. Save your game, reload it, it should be completely cool. Again, any questions, please let me know. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy these. That is set pieces and training. Now, I will get some of these out on console. I will also make sure the set pieces are out on console. Those are coming out on Saturday, so make sure you're logged in for that as well. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel as we approach 40k beautiful subscribers, and I'll catch you in the next one. Yeah, let's train on.